Afternoon, guys. It's Tuesday afternoon, about 3 p.m. We're getting ready to go over and get the trail camera card. I think I'm going to move the camera, or at least point it more in that direction for the rock pile. We're going to walk down there. I've watched the video a few times over again, and it clearly looked like there was something was standing right in that area. Someone else pointed out something up on the hill there. So we're going to go look for footprints or any possible rocks that were piled up in an unusual place. So you'll see that video following this if we find anything. Alright, we've come across the river and we're going over by the rocks. See if we can find anything out of place. I brought somebody with me that I think I can run faster than. It's almost got to be something out of place over here, I would imagine.
Yeah, not right here. Probably a deer.
Yeah. A lot of leaves might cover up any possible footprints.
Problem is, from this vantage point, there's no rocks.
Yeah. Great vantage point, but there's no rocks here. We got to go down. It's really not a good place to stand here at all. I mean, there is, but you'd be wide open.
Again, no rocks.
A lot of the rocks landed right in this area. Trying to look in the area where people said they saw something. If it was standing here, I would have seen it. It's wide open right here. Can't tell if that's a footprint or not. No, I don't think so. Just no way it could have been standing here. Plus there's no rocks here. We gotta go find some rocks. Alright, we're gonna do a test. That's about what it sounded like.
Yeah, and pretty much, I'd have to throw underhand from here to not hit the tree. I can't throw them across the river from here.
Right. Yeah, one of the rocks landed way over there, right in that area. One of the rocks landed between that little railing thing and that farthest tree. So how did it get out there? I'm thinking there had to be two, because for something to hit that rock over there, unless it hit that rock right there. I'm overthinking it maybe. Maybe they hit, one of the rocks hit there, right there.
Hold on, let me find a piece of throwing rock.
But there's no real pile of rocks right here. The big pile's way up there.
Good. I'm going to see if I can lob this over the river and not hit any branches.
Alright.
Just get it over the river.
He took about all his effort to get that 98% of the way across the river. I believe they were up by that big beech tree or walnut tree, because there's a pile of rocks at the base of that tree. So I still think there was two, but we'll see if we can figure that out. There's just no way they could have thrown any rocks through this without hitting branches. I did hear it with my own ears when the one rock landed over here and hit one of them big boulders out there.
But you ain't doing it from here.
Nope.
I can't even see the big boulder.
Let's go up this way. This is an obvious, easy path.
Mike?
Yes.
Are these deer tracks? trying to walk down this hill?
Probably, but it'd be really stupid of a deer to try. It's really hard to see.
I think they're deer.
Any kind of tracks with these leaves. But they got great cover to get in and out of here. There's corn right there. There's just no clear path here, especially to get the rocks all the way over to me. I think we're going the wrong way.
Something stepped there.
Hard to tell. Hard to see on the camera.
Well, hold on, let's
Let me change the settings again.
hold on.
As you can see, there's a bazillion rocks up here. We should actually probably be able to find a spot that's missing.
That's why
If they all
looking.
came out of 30 or 33 rocks or whatever, 30 rocks came out of one spot. It shouldn't be hard to figure out where they were. By the way, guys, I went back to get that rock that was thrown near me that I showed in the video. You could clearly see it in the water. I went back to get it and it's gone. That I cannot explain. I don't believe any of the rocks that were thrown were this big, though. These are huge. Plus, we're 50 feet from the river right now. Don't look like no quad path.
I'm thinking it's a deer path.
Could be.
It's been traveled, not just one time. Would a Sasquatch be smart enough to use a deer path?
I believe they're smart enough to know not to leave footprints. So yeah, it's possible. Do not see any missing rocks.
Yeah, there's no sign of disturbance.
It should be clearly obvious where that many rocks were removed from. This is kind of more mysterious than it was before. Where did they all come from? I mean, obviously they came from this pile, but what portion of this pile? At one point in the video, Tracy said you could like hear clacking, like it was reaching down for another rock and it clacked a couple, and then 5 seconds or so later there was a splash.
Ooh.
It would have had to like pile up rocks to do that, or stand in a really good spot, and I don't see a pile of rocks anywhere. I certainly don't see any footprints. Oh, look at this. Not disturbed, but that's a pile of rocks. A whole bunch of smaller rocks. Look at, that's an unusual place. Look at it. There's no other rocks. But there's a whole bunch of them right here. And that might be mystery solved, dude, because there's no rocks between that pile anywhere else. This is not a good spot to stand and throw them, but it's certainly a good spot to get them from. Okay, we might have solved part of the mystery here. Yeah, look, this is so unusual for all these rocks to be around this tree. My original thought was that they were going to be that they would stand down in that little valley where you can't see them. But that is really weird.
Yeah. Wait a minute, let me see something. It's not bad.
If you were strong enough, I guess.
That's where I'm going. I mean, we're up high.
That was doable. Although I think you guys probably could hear it hit the tree a little bit. there's the river. And there's the pile of rocks we just found. It's completely out of place. No doubt about that. Nothing, you know, I heard nothing walking, so wherever it was thrown it from, it had to be standing still.
Right.
Or it walked so silently that you couldn't hear it, which in the dark with all this brush on the ground, I don't see how that's possible.
Anywhere over here, Mike, you can go over these trees here, and I mean, you can lob over that.
Absolutely, if you were standing here.
But by the stairs, you're not going to.
Right.
It's no good for the stairs.
But the rocks are being landed anywhere from there all the way down to there. There's no other rock pile here. What's the odds that it picked up 33 rocks and moved them and then threw all 33 rocks and left no trace behind of any other rocks? That to me is really odd. This wouldn't be too bad of a spot, but I just cannot see anywhere that we've looked throwing that many rocks and not hitting a tree. Do we get to the paranormal cloaking stuff, guys? I didn't want to go there, but I don't know. I don't know how they could have not hit a tree throwing a rock from anywhere up here. There's the rocks we found stacked by the tree right there. And here's the river. It's fairly wide open, I suppose, if you lobbed them up and over. Just amazing thinking about it in the pitch dark. How could you possibly, even if they threw that one through there to get the one to land in front of me, how did they not hit any trees? Well, we tried to find some evidence, guys. I think we found some with that bunch of rocks stacked by that tree out of place. But other than that, I can't explain it. And the big X is still there. It doesn't seem to be changed any. I didn't hear anything while we were over here. Be darn quiet right now. Other than that moron dog, which is my dog.